Today I'm going to Today I'm going to talk about IELTS reading module. Most of the IELTS candidates really struggle with this section because of many reasons. And I have received lots of requests from IELTS candidates to solve a particular type of question pattern, which is called the IELTS reading MCQ or multiple choice questions. So I'm going to share some tips that I used in my practice and in my main exam as well. And as you guys know that I got 9 in my reading module, so I'm going to share the tips so that it can be helpful for you, and also I will try to solve the MCQ questions from any of the Cambridge books so that you can have an overall idea about how to solve this question pattern. So let's start with it. So our topic is reading MCQ. So, the first thing that you have to remember when you are solving IELTS reading MCQs is that read the questions at first, not the options. Okay, so most of the time, IELTS candidates they tend to read the question and then the option directly instead of switching and trying to locate the answers in the main passage. So you should always avoid this mistake when you are practicing. Let me give you an example. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys about how to actually solve this one. So this is one of the Cambridge IELTS reading passages, and I'm going to show you guys how to solve the reading MCQ. So at first you can see that this is the whole passage. So when you are trying to solve this one, all you need to do is try to read the question at first. See? So this is the question. The question is, what does the reader learn about the conversation in the first paragraph? So it has been given that we are talking about the first paragraph. So all we need to do is read the first paragraph, not the whole one. Okay? So it means, what does the reader learn about the conversation in the first paragraph? So always try to highlight the keyword and then go to the question or the passage so that you can locate your key answer. As you guys can see that in the first paragraph, the whole passage, and in the first paragraph they are going to talk about the noise. And in this paragraph, as we can see, it has been said that noise is one of the major challenges that artificial speech translation has to meet. So they talked about noise and the probability that can happen in the future, and also they told that distance is still an obstacle to communication even if you are speaking the same language. So I have highlighted the sentences or words that I think might be helpful for me to locate my answer. So you have to also do that to locate your answers more easily. It will really help you. Okay, so the second thing that we have to remember is eliminate the wrong answer. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. I typed two times. Okay. So here is our passage. Let's eliminate the wrong answers. Here you can see, what does the reader learn about the conversation in the first paragraph? So when we are talking about the conversation, as you can see, it has been said that um, Hmm. But will still struggle to cope with the kind of background noise I can hear in my office surrounding Professor Webble as he speaks to me from Kyoto Station in Japan. I am struggling to follow him in English on a scratchy line. Struggling to follow him in English, okay? And on a scratchy line that reminds me we are nearly 10,000 kilometers apart, and that distance is still an obstacle to communication, even if you are speaking the same language as we are. As we are, it means that both of them are talking in English. Okay? Struggling to follow him in English, and he in this line he has said that even if you are speaking the same language as we are, it means that both of them are speaking in English. So the first option is the speakers are communicating in different language, so it's wrong. Okay, they, because both of them are speaking in English, so the first one is wrong. We are going to eliminate this on this option. Okay, the second one is neither of the speakers is familiar with their environment. Okay, so it means that they are not familiar with their environment. But as you can see, he said that Professor Webble is talking with him from Kyoto Station in Japan, and he is in his like office, in my office surrounding Professor Webble. Okay. So someone is Professor Wibble is at Kyoto station in Japan, and the other person is at their office. So both of them are familiar with their environment. Okay, so this one is also wrong. And the third option is the topic of the conversation is difficult for both speakers. In the passage, you can see that the only thing that he told that I'm struggling to follow him in English on a scratchy line that reminds me we are nearly 10,000 kilometers apart and distance is still an option to communication. Okay, so it means that the only problem that they are facing is distance. Okay, here the nothing is mentioned about the topic or something else. The only thing that is mentioned is distance. So you have to remember always that when you are solving the questions for reading passage, your ultimate key is the passage, not other thing. You don't have to use your other knowledges and everything. You don't have to think so much. All you need to do is focus on your reading passage. So here it in the question, the option is about the topic of the conversation, but in the passage, it's about distance. So we are also going to eliminate this one. So we have eliminated all of the three options. We have left one more, which is this one. Aspects of the conversation are challenging for both speakers. Aspects mean something um, else, okay, not the topic or something or any other thing. So here the only thing that we are that we can notice is distance. Distance is an obstacle to their communication, so that is one kind of an aspect. So we have to use this one. Okay, so we have eliminated all of the three options. Only this one is available for us, and it also matches with the information given in the main passage. Okay, so that's how we solve MCQs for the reading section. The next one that I'm going to talk about is okay, so they always follow a certain type of order. You have to remember this one. So after answering one question, if you find that the answers of that particular question in first paragraph, so always be very sure that the question's answer for the next question is going to be in the next line, or maybe in the next next paragraph, or next paragraph. So always remember this one. I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Okay, so our second question is, what assists the electronic translator during lectures at Karls Karlsruhe Institute of Technology? So this Institute of Technology, this is our key word, and also electronic translator. So we read the whole first paragraph, but we didn't find any information about this Institute of Technology. But if you focus on the second paragraph, you can clearly see that there's a mention about this Institute of Technology. Can you guys see that? So it means that after the first paragraph, you're going to go to the second paragraph. So when I say you guys that it follows a certain order, this is what I'm actually meaning. Okay, so be very smart when you are practicing these, because these techniques help you to tackle with the problems, and also it helps you to minimize your times actually. So the let's read the passage and the question at the same time, not the options. Okay, as you guys can see, I have already highlighted the key sentences or informations that I think might help me to locate my answers. So at first I have located the keyword, which is the Institute of Technology. As you guys can see, it's in the first line, and also in the next line, you can see that Weibel and his colleagues already give lectures in German. So both of them are giving their lectures in German that their students can follow in English via an electronic translator. So they are giving their lectures in German, but their students are following it in English. So both of these languages are different, but they are able to understand it because of an electronic translator. In the question, I have highlighted electronic translator. So this is also a keyword. Okay. So in the question, it is asked about what assists the electronic translator during lectures at Karlsruhe Institute of Technology. Okay, so we are going to know how this electronic translator works. So in the next line, we can see the system generates text that students can read on their laptops or phones. So the process is somewhat similar to subtitling. So I hope you guys know what subtitle means. It means that when we are watching any movie in another language, there's always some text that you can find in English or in any other language in the bottom part of the video. So that's what it means, subtitling. So the system generates text that students can read. Okay, so the system simply translates all of the lectures and everything that the professors are saying in German, and translate it in English so that the students can understand what they're saying. So that's how the system works. Okay, so our we are going to see how this actually works. We are going to the options now. Okay, in the next line, we can see that it helps that lecturers speak clearly, don't have to compete with background chatter and say much the same thing each year. It means that the professors are repeating the same things each year. Okay, so that's how the system actually works. Now, let's get to the options here. So our first option is the repeated content of lectures. As you can see, it has been said that say much the same thing each year. Same thing, it means that they are repeating the same things, which means they are also repeating the same contents of their lectures. So this is our answer, but we are also going to look into the other three options as well. The students' reading skills. Okay, so yes, it can be somewhat misguiding when they're talking about students reading skills. But as you can see in the main passage, it has been said that students can read on their laptops or phones. Yes, it has been said something for about the students reading skills, but that's not our main purpose. Okay, that's not how the electronic translator works. It has been simply said that the system generates text. It means that the electronic translator is generating some kind of text in English so that the students can read, but it is not what how the electronic translator works. Okay, and the third option is the languages used. As you can see in the main passage, it has been said that the lecturers are providing their lecture in uh, in German, and the students are reading it in English. So both of the languages are different. Okay, so both of the languages are different. So this is not the case. We are going to eliminate this option as well. The fourth option is the lecturer's technical ability. There's nothing mentioned about the lecturer's technical ability. Okay, so these three options are being eliminated, and and the right answer is the first one because of all of the things I have explained it. So I hope you guys have understood what I am saying and what I am trying to refer when I told you guys that this is one of the most easiest section or easiest topic among all of the reading reading types of questions. So try to practice hard, okay? Because if you incorporate these techniques while you're practicing or even in your main exam, you're going to ace your exam. And I am the living example of this. So trust me and practice these techniques. So the last point that we have to remember is be aware of traps. As I told you guys in this section, you can see that this one is a trap. The students' reading skills, okay? It is partially true, but it is not fully true. So you have to be very careful and understand the overall meaning of the passage or a given paragraph so that you don't fall for these type of traps or tricks. So the remember all of the five things that I told you and discussed with you so that you don't miss your marks in MCQ part. As I told you, this is one of the most easiest section. So try to get your answers, all of them correct. What should I say more? I have given you the main key points that you have to remember. I have also showed you how to practice them. All you need to do is remember all of the things, okay? So see you in the next class. And also, don't forget to comment down below about your problems or the particular section that you are facing problems with. I will try to make a detailed video explaining all of the things. So, see you in the next video.